Hong Kong's economy shrank by more than expected last year, according to advanced figures, with negative growth for the third time in 4 years. An economist expects an improvement this year, but ruled out a spectacular rebound. Joanna Ho reports.
The government had expected the gross domestic product, or GDP, to contract by 3.2% last year. But it was worse than expected as the economy shrank 3.5%. GDP contracted 4.2% year-on-year in the fourth quarter of 2022, continuing negative growth in the previous 3 quarters. Chinese university economist Simon Lee said that's because the real economic situation was worse than what many people had predicted. He said growth was hit by several factors, including interest rate increases.
The continuous zero COVID policy in mainland China, and only until in early January this policy changed. Also because of the weak demand from Europe and also from the United States, of the very high inflation and also very strong U.S. currency would make that other things quite expensive. I mean, the Hong Kong dollar is linked to U.S. dollar.
The government, however, said private consumption has improved since the second quarter and towards the end of the year, when the epidemic situation stabilized and more COVID curbs were eased. Lee said it is possible that the GDP can reach pre-pandemic levels at the end of this year, but that would depend on how officials further adjust COVID measures. He agreed with the government's expectation that the local economy would pick up following the massive relaxation of COVID curbs on the mainland, but felt the improvement would be marginal.
The slowdown in the economy in China, but still lots of problem in the real estate development sector, and also the unemployment rate is quite high among the younger population.
Lee is not optimistic about a large rebound in retail sales, seeing many Hong Kongers now prefer spending money in countries such as Japan. Joanna Ho, HKIBC.